So DanMachi breaks up the characters into adventures and assists. Assists support your adventure by increasing their stats additively. So, to level up your characters, there's two ways to level up your characters. The first is just by doing your regular story missions, because killing stuff gets you EXP. The second, however, is right here, Exilia quests, where you get EXP books. These EXP books can then be used to level up your characters. So, for example, we'll use this 3-star belt. I can now pour in these books. That being said, once you hit max level, go to the status board and you need to rank him up. Ranking him up will allow you to increase the max level by 10. Sometimes he earns a new skill, such as this character will, and will allow you to actually gain another status board. So status boards right here increase your stats. So this will increase the strength by 7. So if I were to unlock all of these boards, it would increase my stats significantly. My endurance would go up 36 points. My strength would go up 42 points. My dex would go up 24. My agility would go up 12. My magic would go up 12. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now to rank it up, you normally need these skill Falna. So to get Falna, you need to farm them from the Falna dungeons, which is right here. Falna quests. Normally, only 2 of these are opened a day. They come in the pairs of Dex Agility, Strength Endurance, and Magic Skill. That being said, Sunday unlocks all of these. In the bottom, you see the usable charms. You actually get a charm once per week every Tuesday that increases the drop rate for Heroic Fauna. So Heroic Fauna is this Rainbow Fauna on the right side. And Heroic Fauna is actually used for 6-starring units. So if I want to 6-star this Ice Wallenstein, I need Heroic Fauna. That being said, once I finish, um, once I upgrade them to 6-star, I'm going to need to limit break them. To limit break them, you need an extra bond, and bonds are duplicates of the character. So this bell, I have 4 extra bells, which allow me to limit break him up to 5 times, which is the max. It'll increase his max level by 4 each time per limit break. And that being said, to once you limit break them, each skill point is going to need 1 Falna, which does get costly. But as you can see, it increases the stats significantly. A 3-star unit maxed out will actually have more stats, higher stats than a 4-star max unit. So I'm going to go take a look at Riviera. If I max her out with Limit Break, she has 2000 HP, 230 MP, 300 physical attack, 700 magic attack, and 216 defense. I'm going to go look at another magic user. Right here, she has 600 magic attack, which is 100 less than Riviera 3-star plus 5. So a 3-star plus 5 can be better stat-wise than a 4-star plus 1. So CP is important because it gives you rewards for basically it's the social level of characters with the character you currently are working on. So what I mean by that is you can actually have Belcranal, Ice Wallenstein, or Leafia Verdis as your main character, and hitting the refresh button in the middle actually lets you change and play as those characters. These characters actually do change their equipment based on which version you're using. Um, that being said, the bonds actually get you some nice rewards. So it gets you either new town dialogue, increased stats for those specific characters. It gets you some iris. Some of them actually unlock quests for you. Yep, they unlock quests for you, which actually can be found under interaction. So these quests can actually be found under stories, and they're right here. They get you some nice either heroic fauna, some books, some money, some other access to fauna dungeons as well. And then the stories also have a minimum CP, which gets you just iris, and outfits also earned through iris. And you can actually favorite your favorite character um, between these. So if I wanted to make Mikoto my favorite, I can hit favorites here, and that actually changes who is on my profile screen. So if there's a certain character I like, it'll be changed that way. Um, they Characters actually maintain the outfit you give them. So if I gave Lily her basic equipment, and then I went to check my profile, her equipment is changed. I'm gonna go ahead and change it back. I'm actually gonna favorite. So supports are helpful. They actually, make things easier if someone has a decked out unit. You can actually set your supports being the first slot of the first party. So first slot, first party is your support character for your followers. Um, so if you have trouble clearing getting S's, you can actually come back to it, and if you don't want to use supports or if you don't need to use supports, you can actually just focus on clearing that objective and it'll autofill the S for you because the other objectives have already been completed. So you don't need to complete all three in one run. You just need to complete all three eventually and you'll get the S. So to change your support character, it's the first party unit. So if you look at some of my party members, they actually have these little stats in the parentheses. Those are actually increased by my equipment. So equipment over here, you can actually take a look at the list. Increase your stats. So there's weapons and armors for your equipment that you can put on. These equipment are actually obtained through two ways currently. The first way is through the special exchange, equipment exchange, where you get these tickets, so to speak, from doing the story missions, and then you can come here and exchange them for other items. You can actually exchange a lot of things here, such as your fauna, so you can upgrade your fauna here. You can't downgrade, however. You can also, the event, we have one of each so far. We don't have any more, but you can get prison bonds here. Not quite sure what they do yet. We'll find out eventually. Um, so yeah, that's the shop. But back to the equipment. So you actually get to purchase some cheap equipment from the blacksmith over here. It's all 10,000 Valis. It's 1-star equipment, but it's a slight stat increase to your characters, which, it helps. Certain characters actually are limited to certain weapons, so do note that you can't just buy, hey, I like this short bow, I want to give it to um, Bell, because he can't actually use a ranged weapon or a bow, but he can use a short sword, great sword, or a dagger. which is what those circles denote. And you can check by these circle icons that are right next to the name in the top left. So, yep. Equipment does need repairing. If you happen to run out of durability, the bonuses from these weapons are cut in half. So I'm going to go ahead and repair my equipment, but do note that equipment does come at a cost. It requires Valis to repair. So far, it's really cheap to repair the one-star equipment. However, when crafting comes out, I'm going to assume that it's going to be more expensive, and repairing is actually a bit more important. If you need money, you can farm the Valis quests over here on either normal, hard, or very hard. You have your Exilia quests on normal, hard, very hard, and then you have your Fallout quests on normal, hard, very hard. Normal drops only the low fauna, hard drops the medium fauna and low fauna, and then very hard drops the medium fauna and high fauna, or small, medium, and large. Um, it's the same for the books. You get your green books from normal, you get your green and brown books from hard, and you get your gold, brown, and possibly green from very hard. Valis normal gives a roughly around 10,000. Hard gives around, I believe, 20,000, and very hard gives around 40,000. I have heard upwards of 90,000 though, so to each their own. It is 24 stamina, however. So something important, if you haven't already done or figured out, you want to save your account, and to do that, you want to go here and hit import. After that, you'll just go through the process setting a password, and then that way you can keep your account. I'm not going to go do mine because it'll give away my information, but that is something important, so hitting this import button will allow you to save your account.